You guys, welcome back to my channel, and I'm here with part 3 of My Mom's a Narcissist, the receipts. So I have a live receipt. I am not the person that really is waiting for a drama to happen, waiting for an issue to happen and keep track, take pictures, or just is ready for the moment you mess up and tell the world. Like, that's just not me. So I have texts where my mom has said if I wanted your kids taken, I would. I have texts of her just really just doing the most, and somehow they got deleted, but it's not important anyway, because the way it is, a lot of the issues I have with my mom were in person. So the things that I did have on text, it's not even enough to show you like a full thread. So I wouldn't even be sharing that anyway. But I have a live receipt. So what I mean by live receipt, a real person that is I'm going to call them and I'm going to ask them, what did they experience? So while I'm doing that, because I know you're like, why your hair look like this? I actually am home and I am greasing my scalp now. I just washed and blow dried my hair with this blow dry brush. So I'm about to grease my scalp a little bit, and then once I grease my scalp, I'm gonna make the phone call. So I'm getting ready to do like the instant locks. So y'all should be seeing that in the next video. I'll be doing like the not instant locks, sorry y'all, the temporary, like the faux locks. And I haven't had that in years, so I felt like I wanted to do that. Look at my arms. I'm getting my arms done. I always was scared to come on YouTube, mainly because my arms. That's another reason why I never posted, because I was really shy about my arms and stuff. But it's not that big of a deal. Like, I'm over it because I'm getting ready to get my arms done, so I'm not worried about it. Like, I'm gonna get the brachioplasty, so y'all gotta see a before video, a before view. And these arms are the type of arms my mom had. So her arms are really big. They're actually double my size, but I'm dealing with it before it gets that big, period. So just to give you guys a little overview and a little brief backstory. So I also decided real quick that I'm going to get up this topic from my narcissist mom. I will come back probably with like any updates, anything that happens or whatever, maybe a part 4. But I wanted to, how can I say this? I wanted to wrap this up and go into another story time segment called hotels. And because of what I've been through, my mother, some stuff with my dad as well, just the traumatic things that has happened in my life, that is the past, and we cannot fix it and change it. I was very, very sexually preoccupied, I should say, sexually preoccupied. And with that being said, I just made the wrong decisions, and I have a lot of whole stories. Like, I have a lot. Between the ages of, majority of them are between the ages of 18 and 21. 18 and 21. But honestly, y'all, oh, these are my nails. I was supposed to go to a Friday concert, and obviously I have the show on today. I never went because he was opening for Buju Banton, and Buju Banton canceled his concert. So I couldn't go see him, and I had to figure out how to get my money back. So yeah, so we're greasing our hair, y'all, and I'm gonna get those instant locks. I'm super excited. And yeah, so I'm excited for the live receipt because, honey, when I tell you, this is what my husband and I were going through, and I couldn't explain it. But see, me and my husband were so young. We were so young. And like I was telling y'all in the last video, I don't know which one, but I was telling you, like, my mom would call my man and she would get in his ear and she would be like, she's this, she's that, like, all because like I made 2 dishes, packed his lunch, and it was like I left food for her, but I didn't leave both meals, like shit like that. And she would call him like, she's this, she's that. Like, my mom wasn't like that when I first moved with her. And when I started to have fun with some of my hotels, I lived at my mom's house for some of them, not all of them, but a few of them. If I had a guys come over, she never had an issue. It's like she liked to see me single. But when I had a real relationship, she never really was just trying to give me good advice to stay with one man and focus on that, fight through it. Like, she was just like on some, I guess, you know, he's the same nationality as my younger sister father. So she's like, you know, bitter a bit because he didn't want to be with her and he basically left her for someone else. But my kid's father, we had a lot and he never left me. Like, I was the one that was like, I'm done. And it's funny because everything is in a full circle now. Everything is in a full circle. And, you know, that's, their father is always my true love. Always was, always will be. I'm going to use the blow dry. This is why I hate having big arms, because it just does that and it's not going to stop. So, anyway, it's just unfortunate how far my mom will go to make me unhappy. And to, like, I don't understand what's the point of her making me unhappy. Like, it's really sad. That's why I told y'all, like, I have no place in my heart that makes me want to, like, talk to her again. You know, be in her life again. Like, I'm done. Like, I'm good. She manipulates real bad. Like, she was telling my father, if she dies, I'm not going to know. Only my younger sister's going to know. But she didn't tell my aunt that. She didn't tell my aunt. So when I brought that to my aunt, because at the time me and my aunt was cool, my aunt acts like, oh, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. Like, speaking death, same thing with death is like, oh, no, fuck you. She said it, but she told my aunt something else. And this was a time that I was trying to go get mail from her house. But long story short, my mom thinks because I still have business ties in Orlando, I need you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Sorry, but fuck you. That's how I feel. She thinks I need her. And she always tries ways to just... That's just how I feel. And that's just what it is. And y'all gonna see why. Okay? Y'all gonna see why and where the energy comes from. Because it's disgusting. It's disgusting. It's sickening. That a woman that birthed you is so trifling and conniving. And now the world knows. So before the world knew, y'all, we're gonna call him Sugar Daddy. Sugar Daddy was the oldest, most mature. Well, he's not really mature, y'all, because you know men don't really mature. But he is the oldest guy I was with. You know, I'm 29. This man is 40 something, and he pretty much, you know, I got to the point where, you know, even though like my family was negative and whatever, it did affect my marriage, and I did file and I did break up with my man. But at this time, I'm trying someone and something new. I actually started taking medication because I was just self-medicating, and I felt like I was the issue, I was the problem. I no longer take, and I haven't in like months, and I am in the most peaceful, calmest, no issues, no problems, no drama. Hold on, I gotta get my lip balm because, and I'm not editing this video. I'm not editing nothing till I start vlogging. So I'm gonna turn this TV off because my man be having the YouTube so freaking loud. So turn that off. I need some lip gloss. And yeah, we're getting ready to call him and get the real tea. So it was affecting our marriage, and we were married for 6 years, and we broke up for 2. And I realized, like, after this situation, I realized a lot had to do with my mom. And it's just the trauma in general, y'all. Like, the trauma in general on both sides. She was in his ear. His mom was in his ear. He had a lot going on from his past. I had, like, a lot of issues that I had in my past. And it was just, like, we were not arguing on our relationship. We were arguing on things going on around us. And it was, like, after a while, it took a toll, as it would on anybody. And, but that is always and always will be my bae. Everything is good now. But I just had to take a break. And in that break, and I got away, I was able to just focus on me. And I met a guy who was just like all about me. And that lasted for a total of 2 years off and on. And what I mean 2 years off and on, let's say April, he came into my life, May, June. By the following April, that a year later, I was back on with my husband. And then a couple months after April, the second year, after the first year, I mean, officially 1 year, which is going to be year two, starting year two, I was back with my husband for a few months. And then, let's say April, May, June. By June, me and him was like, I was like, he's not ready. You know, he has things he has to still work on. His mom was still in his ear. And I was like, yeah, that's not going to work. And then a couple more months, like June, July, August, I'm back with Sugar Daddy. We're on for like, say 7 more months, whatever. And then that is done with. And I back with their dad. And it's like their dad really has decided in his own, like, I have stepped up, I have realized this, I have, you know, I'm not gonna let this affect me, that affect me, and everyone is happy and we're in a great place. Sugar Daddy was very upset at first, but he understood because he knows the entire story. He's like, you guys love each other, you have two beautiful children. Why would your mother try to destroy something that's so evil? And something that's so beautiful and be so evil. Now, usually I always record right here when I'm home, but I usually pivot the camera and the lighting. It's not all of that. I'll turn the camera so you know this view. This is where I usually make my videos, but I just wanted better lighting today. And I'm gonna move these pictures eventually. But yeah, y'all. So I'm getting ready to go do some errands. So we're gonna get into this video. I just wanted to say everything that I can think of before I get on this phone call. I don't know if he's gonna be ready. I told him I'm about to record after I blow dry my hair. And he was like, okay. And but starting off the story, my mom and I off and on again. She thinks I'm not with their father no more. At that point I wasn't. I had moved on. I'm with this new guy. She's ready to meet him in person. It is Christmas time. My daughter is 4, and she said to me, Mommy, I want to meet your mom. And I was like, okay. And like, that's how she said it. She's like, Mom, I want to meet your mom. And I was like, okay. So that pushed me to go. And I was like, I'm going to go. And my mom was not the sentimental type of person. She's like, stuff from her is not really from the heart. She's like a person that's like all about like materialistic, and you know, she live above her means. And when she was getting like Christmas gifts, they were all like donated from her friend who gets free shit because she got a whole bunch of foster kids. And it was a lot of little kids toys that my kids were like way old, like they were too old for those toys. And I just left without the toys. I didn't care for the toys. Like, even when I had my kids go to another family member's house, I went another year for Christmas to my aunt's house. I got them toys. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. That can stay there, that can rot, and that can dry rot in there. Cause it's like, my kids are happy. Like, they don't depend on toys. Like, they depend on interaction and real, like, you know, quality time. So I just wanted to mention, like, the toys that she got for this Christmas was like her first Christmas, and it was very, very sad that she going down. Like, I could tell. I'm like, she really don't have it to say, like, I want to buy this particular lip gloss for my daughter. I want to buy this particular black Barbie doll for my daughter, my granddaughter. I want to get, you know, this particular, and the way she make it seem like she got money and she's so fucking broke is crazy to me. So we're gonna continue. So around this time, I decided to go with with the kids and Sugar Daddy. Sugar Daddy is very like protective. He don't play. And I was excited for us to, you know, for her to meet him. And I'm gonna have him start. I'm gonna call him now. And he's the first person to see it and actually speak up, because he actually lost his mother, and he wanted I told him, I said, my mom is going to talk about me, so be prepared. Like, be prepared for her to talk about me. And he was like, nah. He said, okay, I understand. But he was like, that's your mom. I lost my mom. So his mindset is, I lost my mom. Cherish what you have, of course, as anyone should. But this woman is not worth cherishing. So we're going to go ahead. And we're going to call Sugar Daddy. Let me change this one.
Oh.
What's up? What you doing?
Nothing. Waiting for my dad.
Oh, you outside in the car?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So anyway, I wanted to I just blowed out my hair. I'm done. I wanted to talk a little bit about the situation that happened in December. I know I told you I'm gonna call you about that, but I kind of forgot, like, how did like everything start, like when we got there, when we got to the house in Florida. Like, we flew there, we got there, and everything was good at first, right? Right. And I know
everything was really good, actually.
Yeah, everything was good. And then I know that she was bringing up to you, and like, oh, she wanted to get into transportation stuff because, hold on real quick. My mom's a hairstylist, right? She always was into beauty and things like that. And she's a gatekeeper. I'm not a gatekeeper, but she never had her cosmetology license. That is adding to the fact why she fucking hates me. And she will always ask me like stuff about books and stuff like that. And I'm telling her like, go to my school, go to this, go to that. So now I'm in trucking. She wanted to do transportation and she wanted her CDL. I didn't have my CDL yet, but she wanted to be, get into transportation like me. And she wanted the information from me. And it's like, you want to do transportation, but you are not really like you doing this because I'm doing it. Like, and to be honest, my husband for 6 years at that time he got into it, and that's how we knew about it. So she was saying that's what she wants to do now to him. She was telling you, right, how she wanted to get into transportation, and you was telling her like how much of I remember you made a comment, you were like, you told me, you said something about how much a genius your daughter is. Why not work with your daughter? Can you tell me about that situation?
Yeah, because it's like you were sitting there and, when I met you, you had put so much time into investing in transportation, looking at, things from a dispatcher point of view, looking at things from a trucking point of view. You had went so far as to even surround yourself with other like-minded individuals to even like get in the group so you can start talking like that. So having someone that puts that much time and effort in an industry, why not, partner with that person?
But what did she say about that? But what did she say about that when you said, why not work with your daughter?
She kind of blew it off like, yeah, I'm gonna kind of do my own thing.
Right. She wanted to do her own thing. Right. So
yeah.
Which is kind of weird, but okay. So, we had a heart to heart, right? We sat on the floor. Let's fast forward, and you were trying to do an intervention, which I didn't know why, but I already told you. Do you remember when I told you my mom was going to talk about me before you went there 1,000,001 times?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I know you don't have your mom, so that's why you wanted that connection,
Right.
So
I was just meeting her, and I understood the backdrop, and I remember we had a conversation before, and all of us actually, and she kind of apologized for her position and things like that, and I'm thinking that this person is a changed person. I don't know what I'm in for, but just having the kids there and just us being there, I was just kind of trying to start a new chapter. A new chapter. We are friends. You're my friend, and I knew how much it really bothered you not having that dynamic, and I kind of understood it because I didn't have my mom. So.
Yeah.
Just normal things,
Yeah, so we had that intervention, and it's crazy because we sat down, we talked, and I was trying to basically tell her, why I was angry, because she brought up the fact that I said I hated her. And after a while, the disrespect and things that was going on, I got into a huge argument with her, and I was like, I hate you. She actually wanted to kick me out her house for no reason. And it was like I was defending these little girls who were with her, who were visiting, and their mom was like in a place where she couldn't take care of them. It was like a daddy's little girl situation. They were between the ages of 9 and 11. And I was like, don't talk about them in front of them. And then one thing led to another, telling someone who no one tells them when they're wrong. That's horrible. That's hard to talk to someone and tell them they're wrong when no one is usually telling them that they're wrong, right? And then she lashed out on me. She wanted to kick me out her car. It was a whole big thing. So when I got home before her, she had took them to the pool. When she came back from the pool, she called the police to get me out the house. Like, it was planned, it was strategic. So that made me angry with her. I stayed in the room. I listened to everything. And then when the police left, I let her know I was there. And then honestly, she called the police again. And I was like, I hate you. Like, I hope you die. Like, I was so angry with her that she was just trying to see me homeless. And I've already fought homelessness. I left homelessness to be homeless in another state where I don't have no one. That hurt me. So she brought that up. I explained to her everything I was going through, and I was basically telling her things that I went through with my dad that she allowed, right? I was talking to her about, her calling him up for the whoopings and things like that, which me and him, we got past. But I let her know, like, you allowed this man who I wasn't used to men being around. So I expressed this to her, and she was talking about how my stepmom and her cousin used to bully her when she was pregnant with me. Do you remember when my mom said that she was bullied by my stepmom and her friend?
Yeah.
So
I knew that there was unresolved trauma there. So it's like, that's all the key reason why we want to try to bury the hatchet and try to start new, because we all got trauma.
And I can imagine you being a new salon owner, because my mom opened a salon in 93. I was born in 94. I came in at a very bad time, the beginning of her career. And her having to carry a child with a man that doesn't want her. He's in the street, right? Or he's just in the street. I can't say a man want her or don't, because the man's gonna have sex with you. He'll mess with you, but he won't be loyal to you. He'll have his real woman, but he'll have you on the side. So I can't say my daddy don't want her, because obviously he had a baby with her. But he had a woman that he was his main woman, and she was allegedly bullying her, which me and my stepmom are close. I love my stepmother. Like, I don't care. Like, I don't care. I love my stepmom, because she taught me a lot about myself as a woman, my menstruation, things my mom wouldn't even give me the time of day for. So I love her. But allegedly, they bullied her. And it's like, okay, so we had the heart to heart. I expressed to her about me getting beat by my father and whoopings. That was just, it was crazy. And, she allowing this to happen. And she went back and told him what I told her. This conversation that was in private, she went back and told my father. And I don't know if she was trying to break up what we had, but me and my dad has went through this. He has apologized, and he has took accountability, and he has shown me he's trying to be a better father. Okay, so at the end of the day, for her to let that out, I'm like, it is what it is at this point. Like, you're obviously, everybody knows. So I don't even care. But that hurt me to know that we had that vulnerable moment, and this was her plan the whole time. So, okay, everything is going well. Fast forward. Do you remember where things start getting shaky? Like, I know, like, when did she start talking about me? Like, I want to talk about when she talked about me and she was telling you not to go in business with me. Like, tell me all of that. Because me and you wound up disagreeing. Because I told you it's going to be a problem. Because anyone that ever gets around her long enough, they will switch on even me, because they start to believe her. She has a big house that she can't afford. He's like, remember, you was like shocked. Oh, she got a nice house. She got a Mercedes, right? He was low key kissing her ass. Low key, he was kissing her ass, bro. And I didn't like that. So me and him started to like not be on the same page, but it didn't get as bad. But before me and him got into a big disagreement, I remember she started talking about me. Like, what happened?
Yeah, well, back to the kissing her, kissing the ass part. Like you said, I didn't have my mother, so it's like I'm meeting your mother for the first time, and we friends, and you introducing me to your mom. So obviously, I'm gonna give her respect or whatever else, and I don't know that giving her respect is like falling into her trap. You understand? But that's normal. When you see somebody mom, you normally want to do stuff for them. You want to, you're supposed to be this person that is a friend of, her daughter or whatever. So, you see things around the house. You want to help out. You want to do this.
But I want to stay on track. I don't want this video to be too long because we let's stay on track. But let me rewind. So anyway, she starts showing who she is, right? We borrowed her car because we got there. I stayed at home. It's my mom's house. She has 2 cars. So the car with the car note, the Mercedes, she wants to show off and she wants to have Justin and, well, me and him, we drove her car. She offered her car. Remember?
Right.
And it was not, by the end of the day, she wanted her car back because it was messy because of the kids.
Right. It's messy because of the kids, right.
How do you think a car is not going to get messy when you got kids? And it wasn't even filthy, y'all. It was just regular. Like, maybe some stuff from the kids, So I was like, it's not big enough for her to take the car, but that's what she want. No problem. Like, whatever. I didn't care.
Right.
So I remember we went out one night because then my brother came in town. We went out and we were sitting across from each other. And it was really awkward. My mom act like, how does she act? You tell me, how does she act around me? What do you observe? What energy you observe? How she act around me?
So I started seeing shade early on because it's like I'm sitting there, I'm taking pictures of you, we taking pictures, and you interacting, and we interacting with your brother, his wife. We doing all these things, but nobody really paying attention to her. But they paying attention to her, but not doing it in a spiteful way. But she's just like mad that they paying attention to you, and it's your brother giving you compliments.
But what energy was she giving? What was her face? Her face was looking like this. Her energy. What was her body language?
Her body language is like, why are you giving her compliments? Why are you giving her the time? Like, why are you giving her anything? Like, her, your other sister was there, and nobody was really commenting on her or giving her compliments or whatever else.
So let me, right. So we're at the hibachi. So it's like a U shape. My mom's all the way across from me and my sister's across from me. And they're basically to themselves, reserved, not saying nothing, shut down, and to themselves. You understand? Really just weird. Also, in the car, on our way there or leaving the place, what did my mom say to you? He was sitting in the front. What did my mom say to you?
She was basically low-key flirting with him.
What she said?
I forgot what she said, but
okay, she was like, "Oh, you smell good. What's the name of that? What you have on? Do you remember now?"
Oh yeah. Yeah, she was low-key flirting with me.
And this is the part why I'm not with him because he don't. His memory, like it's like you gotta remind him everything, and it's so fucking annoying sometimes. So it's just like it's just annoying. Yeah, I'm asking you to talk. Go ahead. It sounds like you're not really in a talkative mood, and this is the time I need you to talk. Because we did record this video previously, and he was ready. He was pissed off. He was ready to talk. But now I feel like he's distracted, so I'm really annoyed. Anyway, we're going to see where this goes. Go all into detail. I need every detail.
So basically, we were sitting there. I was sitting in the front, and I got my cologne on. I'm looking on. I got my good gear on and stuff like that. I'm looking pretty good, and you looking good. We look the part. We look like money, and it's like we look good. So at the end of the day, I'm in the front. I'm just driving. I'm riding with her, and
all right. He says it in a low tone. She says it in like a low tone, and she's like, "You smell good. Like, what do you got on?" I feel like she was like, "Oh, Destiny, you smell good. What is that name? Cologne." Like, if she was more like, out happier or louder or just like not sneaky with it, it would have been different. But it was on some sneaky shit, and I heard her. He just takes too long, bro. I thought I take long. No.
Okay. And I know you caught the vibe, but I'm like, what is she doing? Like, why is she flirting with me? Like, that's like but I'm not looking at that. This is who she is, and she got a deep hatred for her daughter, and she's jealous of her daughter. I don't know this at this moment. You understand? But I'm just like seeing all these things coming up.
Well, you know this because I told you my mom's gonna talk about me, but you didn't believe me. You didn't believe me.
I didn't believe it was on that level. Like, that is crazy.
So how did the issue start? Remember we were in the kitchen with my mom, and it was a disagreement, and my mom had gotten in my face. Remember that? What was that about?
She basically, I forgot what the issue was about, but it wasn't that big of a deal.
It wasn't
to the point where you had to get in somebody's face.
And what happened?
It was basically like the way the situation looked was she's saying something, you saying something, and then your sister jump in on your mother's side and they both gang up on you.
Right. And that happened, hold on, that happened when I was pregnant and I was with my ex and me and my sister wound up fighting in the laundry room. Same situation. Different issue. Oh, the issue was the group chat. I don't know if you remember that story time. It was a group chat. The group chat they had, and I wasn't involved in it. And I asked them why wasn't I in it. And my mom was like, "Oh, why you always ruin everything and you like just making a big deal." I wasn't talking to her. I forgot she was even in the room. She called me a bitch. She threw a cup at me, and I mean everything went left. Sisters got in my face because now I'm arguing with my mom. They're trying to act like they got her back, but they really, really don't. They really, really don't.
Right.
They really don't. So.
Yeah, it was crazy.
So I know that argument happened. My sister was involved because I wasn't talking to my little sister after that. I remember you told me to go talk to her, but before I went to talk to her, the situation happened. It was very small, and my mom got in my face and she told me, she was like threatening me, like she was talking like, yo, like don't play with me, yo.
She was using whatever happened between y'all in the past. She was using that energy.
Yeah, she was using that energy.
Because we were down there on a whole nother time. Mind you, this is Christmas time.
I was Bible studying. I was on anxiety medication. I was so chill, bro. When I mean I was chill, how you make an issue and I'm on the chillest time of my life is crazy. So now you go in her room after all of that and trying to reconcile. And do you remember what she said to you? Or do I have to remind you some of it so you can start talking about it? Because you know your memory is bad.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, you might have to remind me what she said.
Okay, so you walked towards her room and you started saying something like, trying to reconcile stuff. And she starts saying, see why, you shouldn't go into business with her?
Oh, yeah. So at this moment, I'm looking at the whole situation and I'm like, this is crazy. Like, how is it that we making big deals about this little tiny thing? And I'm like, in my mind, I'm wondering.
What did she say? Just say what she said. I know what you're wondering. I know it.
Oh, so basically she's like, you see why you don't go in business with her? You see how she acts? You see how she's just not stable? Like, she's just throwing all this stuff out there. And she's just like, you don't know anything, and you're just a hothead, and basically you're just nothing, and you're just doomed to fail.
All right.
Basically, in a nutshell.
Right.
Yeah, basically that's it. And I'm like, so all this stuff is happening. I'm telling y'all, I'm so stupid. I'm so blind that I don't see all of this shit happening because I'm still like, well, talk Dr. Phil type shit. The flowers are red over here. Just still trying to make peace.
And how do you feel about? Okay, it was a time we were talking about how do you feel if imagine what Ken Roy had went through. Imagine what he was told. Imagine what toxic she got in his head.
I can't even imagine what he was told. But just to see every person that comes in, they're told some shit to not be with you.
Or around me. Or my friend.
Or not help you.
Or not help me.
Or not be a friend with you. And it's like, and it's coming from parents, it's coming from friends, it's coming from all types of people that are supposed to be in your corner one way or another in their blood. And it's like, they don't have their own mind. They all listen to mom.
Now, why do you think they listen to her? Is it because of the image she portrayed? Is it because she used to be a has-been and she tried to keep up and have a big house and a latest car? Like, why do you think
they listen?
Yeah.
Because, like you, right? You are like okay, I'm gonna say it like this. You are a very charismatic person. Like if anybody have you on their team, they're gonna win. Okay? So your mother was the one who taught you a lot of those things. Right. So at one point in time, she had that same nature. So the people that's around her think that she still got it like that. She got it all together. She can think on the fly. She can make shit happen. But that ship has gone and sailed. So she is still holding on to a life that is not real. That is not real. Because everything in her life is rented.
It's rented.
Car is rented.
Car is rented. House is rented.
Are you talking about somebody who is supposedly an entrepreneur? Okay? Supposedly. And nothing in their life they own. But I'm not saying that's a bad thing.
No.
Because if that's your choice,
that's your choice.
But here's the bad thing. You try to make it seem like you're better than everybody else.
That's the problem.
That's the problem.
That's the problem. You better than your daughter. You better than them. Yeah, exactly.
And you worked 3 jobs.
You worked 3 jobs. How much was she home when I was there? We was there chilling. How much was she at the house?
She was never at home, and then she had to have people live there to help her with the bill.
Oh, wait. Let's speak about that. She was never at the house. And on top of that, there was a whole family on the second floor. Not a 2-family house. On the second floor, the main, like my sister's room is up there, and then there's like 3 other rooms. She had a whole other family living up there. Then she told him about drugs in her room, and she didn't even tell me about it. She's talking to him like she's telling him secrets. How you telling someone you just knew secrets?
Now you're telling and it's not even secrets. You telling me stuff that, like, if I wasn't who I was, who I am, I probably would have, spilled the beans. But the stuff you telling me, you're not supposed to tell nobody that this the plug that you deal with.
Mm-hmm.
You telling me this the plug. Now imagine if I was a robber. This is what I do. I just rob people. I know that you got this. I know that you got that. I know who you're dealing with. I'm going to line them up. You telling me. You don't even know who I am. You don't even know who I'm connected to. You telling me that this man is the plug. And now like I say, y'all, I'm so stupid. I'm not seeing all the red flags. I'm not seeing everything because I'm trying to get it. Like, I don't have my mom, so I'm not, that's my fact. That's my fault. You know what I mean? And that's my reality. So I'm sitting here just listening to this woman and giving her the benefit of the doubt.
Right.
No, not knowing that giving her the benefit of the doubt is falling into her trap.
Right.
I don't know this.
So what would you like to just say out of everything you've seen moving forward, advice to me, everything you like about my mom, in a nutshell, what is just something after everything you've seen, what would you just like to say?
I want to say this. Despite everything that you've been through with your mom and everything else, your family and everything else, you are a wonderful, wonderful person. Wonderful. And your life, the way you live it, doesn't even reflect what you've been through. You always told you that God got a calling on your life because he saved you from a lot of stuff that you should, like, you didn't even make a choice. Like, going through that stuff, normal people, some people would have made a choice to, go out here and be in the streets.
Take drugs, sell their ass, a lot of stuff. Yeah.
Sell their ass. Like, girls like that, I know girls that say, you know what, I can't do this, I can't do that, I can't pay this, I'm going to sell my ass. That was never your reality. Never. And you made it through with 2 kids by yourself, and then you got your husband. You understand? And then you taught yourself business.
And I got you.
But I'm not bigging myself up because this is your moment.
Right. Okay.
You understand? I'm a small pebble in that pond.
Right.
Because like I told you, you had all this already together.
Yeah.
Before I came into the picture.
Right.
So whatever I did was insignificant.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So then that's how I look at you, because right. I give you all the praise, right, because you deserve it.
Appreciate it.
You understand? You deserve it.
And I'm gonna tell you this: you the first real motherfucking nigga to come in, and I'm not saying that my husband wasn't real, but I just feel like he was scared because he was used to women arguing, and he even told me, like, I'm used to women arguing and I just walk away. I never really got involved. So him seeing it, he didn't know when it was time to step up because this is my woman. And I hear you and I understand. But
and that was my fault too. I didn't know when to step up.
He fell short too because he didn't even in the beginning.
Eddie said that. Eddie was like, your brother Eddie was like, he don't know everything. How he gonna step up? He don't want to disrespect mom. Like, if I would have known everything, I would have stepped up. But I didn't know that.
So me and him got into it because he didn't step up either. He was like in the rock and a hard place. And I'm like, if I brought you here, how do you feel torn? How do you feel, So I appreciate you, Justin. I'm going to finish this up and then I'm going to get my hair done. So I'll talk to you later. Enjoy your weekend.
All right. I appreciate you. Enjoy your weekend.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
So yeah, y'all. When that happened, I was even shocked that he even fell for it, and I kept telling him, my mom's gonna talk about, my mom's gonna try this, she's gonna try that, and it was years since I've been around her from that time, maybe 2 years, because when I tell you the story that, I don't remember if I told you the story, but it was a time where my kids were living and I don't know, but my kids were coming up to New York and my sister asked to help me. And my mom tried to convince my sister to not help me. And long story short, she had hung up the phone. And then we didn't talk from that. And that was like when I first moved up here. So I'm going to tell that story time. But I think I did already. I don't remember. I have to go look. But it's just draining, y'all. My mother has tried and has succeeded multiple times and manipulating people until this time. He did wind up texting her about himself. He told her about himself. He did not care. His demeanor, if you look at him, you see him, you'll think he like a thug because he have a teardrop on his face. Like, he has that demeanor. But I'm not into it. I'm not into that. That's why I kind of was like, I'm good in the relationship part. But overall, he was and he always will be a good friend to me. He protects me. It's something about me that he really always would just have me in his corner. He is a protector. So Justin, aka Sugar Daddy, is the one that was the first person to see it outside looking in and check her on it, because it ended with him checking her. We had to go to a hotel for the last 2 days. And I ain't really messed with her since. And then the recent text that I sent her was about the photo shoot, which she shaded that she's having a birthday party with a sister that's birthday's a month later, which is the stupidest thing I've heard in my life. But that's what they want to do because they're spiteful and they do everything and they live their life and their life day in and day out how to spite Benasia. Benasia's living her best life. And I just wanted you guys to hear that. I wanted you guys to see the length that she will go to get people to stop helping me, supporting me. For my entire life, I didn't have the support I needed to get where I needed to go. Especially with kids, you need a little support. And with the issues I had with my marriage, I was just raising my children and just trying to just figure it out. Him coming into my life definitely made their father step up. Definitely made their father more consistent, and he is way different now. I mean, way different. So, it's just crazy that, oh, he's here now. It's just crazy how tables turn. And I was around 27 when this happened. So around 28, 29, that's when, I think I'm 29 now, that's when the chain was broken and the shackles was just taken like away from me when it came to that hold that she had on me. And I just really was just like more public. That's when I dropped My Mom's a Narcissist. This situation happened that pushed My Mom's a Narcissist Part 1 in the hotel. I was actually in the hotel when I made Part 1. And he had Part 2, but I just felt like I didn't want to put his face and I didn't feel like it was appropriate. Yes, honey. You ready?
Yeah.
All right, I'm ready. So that's it for Part 3. And I'm gonna go to my hair. But yes, I'm gonna do a Part 4. I'm gonna think about, after doing that, it kind of brought up some like little memories and stuff. But I want y'all to hear that. I want y'all to hear that. I wanted you guys to know from another person's perspective. And I'm just like, I just wish she would tell a story better, because it's like, you know, that's another thing. It was annoying me. I would be asking him when we was friends in that type of time. I'll be like, you know, what happened, what they said. And he's like, I don't even remember. Or he'll say something and it was just like, I'm like, come on. So I have to jog his memory. But if I'm not there, I can't jog his memory. So, you know, that was just the only thing that sucked. But I'm about to go to the city, get my hair done, and Mom, if you're watching, fuck you. Like, subscribe, leave a comment. Love y'all. Bye.